Internet Addiction by Greg Valentine and Lanessa Zuniga. How familiar is this image to you? Have you ever found yourself watching a movie and wanting to check your email or phone? Have you been in class and found yourself browsing through Facebook or other social media sites instead of paying attention? Does not having access to your phone or computer for several hours make you anxious? If so, you may be addicted to the internet. Internet addiction was introduced as a new disorder in the 1990s by Dr. Kimberly Young. While there are proposed diagnostic criteria for internet addiction, it is actually not part of the DSM-5. The Internet Addiction Test measures the severity of self-reported compulsive use of the internet for adults and adolescents. The scale was created by adapting DSM-4 criteria for pathological gambling. It views internet addiction as an impulse control disorder, and the term internet refers to all types of online activity. The Internet Addiction Test is the most widely used internet addiction scale and has been translated in several languages, including English, Chinese, French, Italian, Turkish, and Korean. You will all be taking this test as part of this week's module. So why does it matter? Is being addicted to the internet really that bad? Well, internet addiction has actually been shown to negatively impact users' lives in many ways. In a recent study looking at internet addiction in university students in the US, they found that sleep deprivation, academic underachievement, failure to exercise, negative affective states, and decreased ability to concentrate were all frequently reported consequences of internet overuse. In particular, social media sites likely play a large role in the negative consequences associated with internet addiction. One study, published in the American Journal of Epidemiology in 2017, showed that increased quantity of time spent on Facebook was linked to decreased well-being, which included not only mental health, but also life satisfaction and physical health. This is significant when you think about the average amount of time spent on social media sites by users in the US every day, which is near 2 hours. Facebook takes the lead, with users spending an average of 35 to 50 minutes on the site daily. This is closely followed by YouTube, with an average daily usage time of 40 minutes. In addition to the negative effects already discussed, internet overuse can also lead to digital dementia. Digital dementia is a term coined by Dr. Manfred Spitzer, a German psychiatrist. He describes digital dementia as an overuse of digital technology resulting in the deterioration of short-term memory pathways. This concept was introduced in a previous module on whether or not Google was making us smarter or more stupid. Spitzer proposed that our short-term memory deteriorates if it is not utilized, and overusing digital technology prevents full utilization of our short-term memory. A great example of this is relying on Google to answer all of our questions instead of trying to remember things for ourselves.
At first glance, having a computer or smartphone is like having the world at your fingertips. Everything you can have or want seems to be easily accessible with just a few clicks of a button. However, it is a double-edged sword. Mood, depression, anxiety, and digital dementia have all been previously mentioned as attributable to the internet. However, one question that has become present in the medical community is whether ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is associated with internet addiction. A systematic review conducted by Wang and colleagues published in BMC Psychiatry just this past year in 2017 found that individuals with internet addiction were associated with more severe symptoms of ADHD and that males were associated with internet addiction in particular. Interestingly enough, they did not find a correlation between age and internet. So, what can be done to prevent internet addiction? Interestingly, apps have been developed to help reduce internet addiction and improve productivity. Some examples of these are Flora, Quality Time, and Stay on Task apps that can be downloaded on the App Store, some for free and some for a nominal fee. But do these apps work? This will be a topic of this week's discussion. We will try out one or more of these apps and discuss if these are effective in preventing internet addiction and promoting productivity. We will also evaluate how they affect our mood. Do they decrease anxiety and depression, or do they make us more frustrated because we cannot access the internet? Another thing we will ponder is whether we need to go on a digital diet. We will hear a TED Talk discussing the importance of a digital diet, which will delve further into what can be done to prevent internet addiction. Technology, the internet, and its usage are ever expanding. Younger and younger generations are finding themselves in front of electronics and technology now more than ever. Although internet addiction is not a DSM-5 official diagnosis, it potentially could become one in the near future, given the expanding medical literature and the increasing concern about its effects in people all over the world. Digital dementia, anxiety, and mood disorders, such as depression, are attributable to internet addiction. Many teens find them being pulled into the world of the internet. Children, adolescents, and even adults who have been previously diagnosed with ADHD are found to have higher rates of internet addiction and, thus, are a key demographic for evaluating for this disorder. Families find themselves sitting behind screens more and more, which can negatively affect their family relationships. But, being aware of this ever-pressing and increasing disorder, we can help combat it and even prevent it from occurring. This week, we will explore this topic more in depth. We will look forward to hearing your thoughts as we reflect on internet addiction and discuss it on Blackboard. See you all online this week.